Welcome to Cali's Take. If it's your first time, please like, subscribe, also the notification bell so you get the newest content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. You know, I had talked about before about the Clippers and a lot of trades and speculations and things like that in regards to what they need to do and what they're going to do and the speculation, the talk and all that stuff. All that stuff needs to be put to bed soon. They either make a trade or not, like I said in previous videos. And that's just the bottom line. But this situation right here really is very, very confusing to me as well. I just don't understand what the Clippers' thought process is, but it looks like the Clippers want, from what I'm hearing, that there might be talks about a reunion with the Clippers in regards to a former player that they had. And the former player I'm talking about is Isaiah Hartenstein. I really don't understand there again what the Clippers are thinking. First of all, you let Isaiah Hartenstein walk because maybe he was asking for too much money and you weren't willing to give it to him. But now there's a possibility that the Clippers might make a trade with the Knicks to get Isaiah Hartenstein back, to have a reunion of a player they had last year who played good minutes for him, played very hard for him, played, X amount of minutes for him, and he was very productive when he was out there. He was a very, high energetic, high volume, high voltage type player who brought energy and who brought a presence. And, he let it all, he let it all out on the floor every time he was out there. And I definitely respected Isaiah Hartenstein when I watched him play last year because, his role wasn't that big, but when he was out there, he made the best of his minutes. And he was definitely somebody that, he has a lot of energy. He's a spark off the bench, and he can come in and give the Clippers what they need in regards to having that spark, that energy. Sometimes you need those guys with that energy that can give you that spark because the team is not, in rhythm the way they're supposed to be. So those energy guys definitely always are valuable in situations like that. And my point is they end up letting him walk because of a money situation. They won't trying to give him that much. And now there's a possibility they might trade to get him back because they see that they need another big man, and Zubac is not going to be able to hold down the fort by himself. So it's like, what are we doing? It's like there again, as I said in my previous videos, the Clippers are going around in circles. It doesn't seem like there's any validity behind anything that they're doing or any of the possible, trades or anything they're possibly looking into. I feel like they're just really trying to keep up with the Lakers for some reason. If the Lakers make a trade, now the Clippers are more destined to make a trade from the reports and stuff I'm seeing since the Lakers made that trade for the player they got off the Wizards. I'm not really too familiar with him. I think he's really a nobody, but at the same time, he might be somebody for them because the Lakers are so in need of certain things. Maybe he can come in there, Hashimura, I think that's his name. Yeah, maybe he can come in there and give them something that they didn't have, a different type of energy or a different type of vibe, and definitely a different face on the floor. But at the same time, I feel like the Clippers are just trying to play chess with the Lakers, and it's like you need to be worried about your organization. Don't have this speculation come out about a dire need trade and all these other people and stuff like that. Now the fact the Lakers made a trade, worry about yourself. And I'm not saying the Clippers are worried about the Lakers. I'm not saying that, but sometimes it just seems that way. I'm not saying it's really actually that way. It just seems that way sometimes. It's like, okay, are they trying to do everything the Lakers trying to do, or are you trying to be your own team? You got to be your own team and stay in your own lane and make your own decisions. Don't make your decisions based off of another organization, because that'll get you beat and that'll get you out of the playoffs and that'll get you without a championship, which the Clippers haven't had an opportunity to get yet. So it's like, stand on your own 2 feet. Don't worry about what they're doing. Don't worry about other organizations. To me, the Clippers have enough to win it. Honestly, if you look at all the pieces that they have, honestly, I'm just not sure now they got the right coach, because I'm not seeing Ty Lue put things together where I feel like he should. But at the same time, it's really kind of hard to, judge that enough because, Ty Lue has been working with a team that's been, the superstars been in and out of the lineup. There's no consistency in the lineups in regards to people on the floor and health wise. So maybe his lineups and the way he's thinking things is more difficult than what we think because he's not having his main guys on the floor. And that can definitely affect a lot of things. I'm not saying it won't, but at the same time, Ty Lue should still have a grasp on other players on the team, on the roster that can help them win, because what we saw last year when they didn't have Kawhi and PG, he made some pretty good damn adjustments to make them at least a play-in tournament team, and they went pretty far, further than what people thought they would go last year without Kawhi and PG. So, I mean, if you can do that, then you should be able to maneuver around Kawhi and PG, because honestly, you should be used to them not being there, or should I say, you should be used to them being in and out the lineups, consistently, because that's what they've been getting the last few years. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like he should be getting more out of his other players, but I feel like he might, be getting fed up with the fact of trying to get more out of other players when he needs his main guys there. That could be an issue too. So I'm not going to throw too much on Ty Lue, but I still think his coaching can be better. And I still think that, he could be a little bit more concise on some things and the approach that he has towards games and how he gets his guys ready for games and everything like that. But, regardless, as I said, this is crazy of the fact of Isaiah Hartenstein is a very good possibility he might actually come back to the Clippers through a trade when you actually let him walk because he was asking for too much money. I just think that was really, I think that's really crazy, because it's like, why not give the man the extra few dollars to keep him there along with Zubac, who you really don't trust like that, who you think Zubac has all this talent upside, which he really does. He does have a lot of talent upside, but it's just not formulating to the consistency level that you think it should. So it's like, there again, if there was a possibility, if they are going to trade for Isaiah Hartenstein, which is pure speculation, but if they do, who are they going to let go for him? They're going to give away Marcus Morris and a couple of pieces off the bench, or, some picks, or whatever the case may be. Who knows? But regardless, it just seems like the Clippers are going around in circles, and it just seems like they're trying to find answers, and really the answer's right in front of them. Keep your guys healthy and stick with what you have. If you want to make a trade for like somebody, like a Marcus Morris or somebody like that, then go ahead and make a trade for him. Stop sitting there putting out all these subliminal, speculations about, possibility of a trade, and stop putting out all this stuff and either make a trade or not, or keep Marcus Morris, or keep his, keep him there, because he is a part of the culture. He knows the culture real well, and he has his moments where he is consistent. He has moments where he's not consistent, but you just got to hope that that's going to be in the playoffs where he is consistent rather than the opposite. So, you kind of gotta eat that. You gotta kind of live with that. So either way, the Clippers just need to be more concise about everything they're doing. And if they really want to be this championship team, a lot of people think, including myself, think that they could be, they have to be better. They got to be better in decision making, trades. They got to be better in regards to their lineups. They got to be better coaching wise. They got to be better in the front office. It all has to work. It all has to be better, because if it's not, I promise you, they're not going to go nowhere. They're not going to get as far as people think that they could or should. And it's just going to be another bust season for them. You can say what you want, but this team got to find a way to bare minimum make the finals. As I said, before this season started, bare minimum, they got to make the finals. I don't give a damn about nobody else in the West. You got to find a way to a bare minimum make the finals, because if the Warriors look the way they look, if the West is so wide open and all the other teams like Ja Morant and the Grizzlies are very young and don't have that really playoff experience the way you do, and you got two superstars like Kawhi and PG, and you got Ty Lue, who has coached superstars before, and all these other pieces, Norman Powell and Covington coming off the bench. You got to find a way to win it. You got to find a way to get there. And like I said, being a lot more, concise about what you're doing and having identity as a team is something that's going to help the Clippers get there. But the only way you get the identity is through camaraderie. And if they're not going to build that, and if they don't have an opportunity to build that because of injuries, well, it doesn't matter the trade or anything they make. But I'm just going to say this. Shout out to Isaiah Hartenstein. If he does come back to the Clippers, I think he would definitely help the Clippers just like he did before. I definitely think he would be a good energy guy coming off the bench, a good backup to Zubac. And I feel like that's what Zubac needs, that backup, because I feel like Zubac is starting to fall back into that realm that he was in the last few years where he plays good at times. And most of the time it's like, it's hit or miss with him. And that's not what the Clippers need. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with the Isaiah Hartenstein thing. But like I said, I'm just kind of waiting, anticipating like you guys are, just to see, because like I said, I just think the Clippers are like in shambles, like up in the air right now with a lot of things, a lot of decision making, a lot of things like that, which is not good for an organization to be mid-season and they're trying to make a run for a championship. That's not an ideal situation to me, but I mean, hey, let's just see what happens and let's just really see how it turns out. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check my other videos if you haven't, and hey, till next time.